All right, so we just have people logging in. All right, so we just have people logging in. So we just have people logging in. Chat. I'll try to get us up over 100 before we start. Jason, are you, Aaron, and Gerwin, are you guys trying to get online? Us 100?
Yep, good here.
I'm good, I think.
Oh, good. Nice to see you.
So far, so good.
Nice. So we're just, Jeff's not quite on yet. Welcome back to the session, everybody. Okay, well, it's 2:26. We're waiting for one of our speakers to log on. We have an announcement for you. This session will be about a half an hour long, so we should be finishing on or before 3 o'clock. And yeah, we went over a little bit in the last session, and I didn't have any control over that yet. I tried. So I wanted to share. And I'll just ask all the other speakers to mute their lines if they haven't already, because there gets to be echoey feedback. But I just wanted to share a video with you. This is something that it came from all of the owners from all the nurseries that you all work at. And basically, we would have that weekly COVID call, and there'd be all these amazing comments about how grateful everybody was for their staff. And so they submitted a bunch of photos of their staff. It's certainly not everybody, but I hope this kind of just does it justice in terms of how everybody really appreciates all the amazing effort. Awesome. So I hope that conveys just how amazing your employers think that you are, because you really are. And it was a ridiculously challenging season last year. And hopefully this year won't be as crazy, but it's still going to be crazy. Anyways, with no further ado, you have finished with the Grower Good Idea session today. Everybody looks forward to this. And just to sort of introduce the session and also to give a message from the grower industry sector group, we have the chair, Andrew Barbour. And Andrew's here to just give us a brief update.
Great, thanks, Jen. You hear me all right, everyone? Yeah, great. Again, Jen just said this shortly, but thanks to all the presenters today. It's just an amazing job that you guys did. Different format. It's always fun getting together at the RBG or different venues, and by far this had its challenges, but pros and cons as well. So, and also, once again, thanks to all of our sponsors out there to help us out with this event. Growing top quality nursery crops to fulfill industry demand and expectations requires passion and focus, even during the best of times. In retrospect, 2020, with all its adversities, has taught our sector how to fine-tune how we plan, operate, grow, while moving forward safely. Our growers and industry rose to the challenge, and we'll be stronger and safer for it. A tight-knit community forum that increased our peer-to-peer communication, cultivated by Jen, and when she formed the Growers Connect call. So once again, thanks, Jen, for doing that in a period of time where we can't actually get out and visit one another and have face-to-face meetings. That was just an invaluable resource for us all. And like you mentioned earlier, so much great information to glean from all those calls. And so a big shout out to you for doing that. And hopefully that's something that just continues. We also saw a lot of Ryan and a few of the other presenters today, a lot of different research happening, boxwood tree moth, soil health, water quality, everything. So the industry is strong. During COVID times, we did see a big increase in our market share for consumer dollars, with a renewed interest in staying at home and doing some gardening. So that's exciting. We'll see what 2021 holds. And like Jen said, I'm sure it's going to have its own set of challenges, but hopefully we've got some of this stuff taken care of. So on behalf of the sector group, I'd like to say keep healthy, keep growing in 2021. A shout out to everyone out there that, this is your group once again, and we have elections on our next meeting, March 16th at noon. And if you'd like to join the growers group in any kind of capacity, please get in touch with myself, Jen, anybody on the group. Send us out an email. We'll include you in the email chain and come on out, and we'll probably do another Zoom meeting and get involved with the growers group and help with events like this and other industry events moving forward, what form or fashion they may take. So that's pretty much all I have to say. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, so we can always use more members. And with no further ado, I would like to ask Aaron Bakker if he would like to present his Grower Good Idea. His session's on mobile water, and it's kind of a neat idea. So if you got your mic on? Yeah. Do you want me to run it for you, Aaron? Because I saw it. Yeah. We can't hear you at all for some reason. So I'll start your video because you uploaded it, which is great.
There are many other things that we use this water wagon for, including watering in all of our plants that get dug fresh from the field or freshly potted. This saves labor of the guys unloading, and it also saves their backs with the extra weight of water not being in the pot. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my grower's good idea.
Nice. Who is that victim? Yeah. For some reason, we can't hear you. Okay, so was it one of your kids? Oh, I don't know. Okay. All right. I think everybody wishes that they had a Bakker water wagon. The next person I have on the docket here is Jeff Winkelmolen.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Perfect. All right. I wasn't able to get it up running on my computer. I have it on my phone, so I don't have a presentation for you. But our idea was really simple. It was efficient container spacing in our hoop houses for winter storage. Most nurseries I've been to, I see straight row spacing. You put your plants down in a straight row along the front of the house, along the side. Everything's in blocks. It's the normal way of putting things down. It looks nice. It's easy to keep track of. But when I was researching some equipment online, I saw them using something called efficient hex spacing. And basically what they're doing is offset spacing. So every second row, they're moving it half a pot to the right and sliding it in between the gap, in between the pots to save a bit of room. And then when you move one step further, you get to efficient hex spacing, and that's where you turn the rows so your straight row is going down the side of the house, and then you're offsetting the next row in. That way you're not losing one pot every second row in your rows. And we found we're getting an increase of 15 to 20% density in our containers. So we're fitting 15 to 20% more containers inside our houses, which is great for space saving, but also we found a bit less winter damage in there as well, because those pots are just so much tighter. They're insulating a lot better. So it cost us nothing to do. It hasn't cost us any time. It was just a bit of a mindset change with how we were going to put our containers down in the houses. And yeah, it's been great. It saves us the room, tons of time. So I don't see why anyone else wouldn't do that.
That's a really fantastic idea, and it's something that people have been playing around with for years. Are you able to show us anything, like maybe on the whiteboard function of this?
I
Not on your phone.
I've got
I
it
guess.
up on my phone, and I haven't played with it on the phone, so I wouldn't know how to do it.
Okay. that's
Unfortunately, I
unfortunate.
had it on my computer. I had the presentation ready, but for some reason I couldn't get in.
You know, if there's a few minutes and you want to send me your presentation, I might be able to flip it up for you, and you could just go over it visually, if possible.
I'll try and get that done.
Lovely. All right. Thank you. Thanks, Jeff. Next, Gerwin. Gerwin Bouman from Stam Nursery. Yep.
All right, let me see if I can get this up. So just a little recap. We've been struggling with this PowerPoint. I think the last time I did a PowerPoint was when I did Vern, 3 years ago? So I'm trying to get this, how do I share the screen here now?
So click on the button beside your microphone on the top left.
Yeah, I just want to see which file is.
Oh, I think we lost Gerwin. Oh no, he's in. We lost you for a sec, Gerwin. Oh, there you are.
I'm still here, but I'm seeing a lot of you.
Okay, so
Like a lot
when
of
you go to share your screen, instead of sharing just the whole desktop, go to the right and click Application Window at the top. And then you're just going to share your PowerPoint.
You know what? I had.
So you're almost there.
I had it earlier.
Yeah,
Help me out. Just real
no
simple.
worries. So click. So
On the
you
right?
click on the So you click on the button to the right of the microphone that says Turn Screen Share On. And when that comes open, don't click the first tab. Click the second tab that says Application Window. And then click on your PowerPoint presentation in there, and then that will take us all to your PowerPoint.
You know, right
And
now,
then-
right now I can't even turn the screen share on. I'm
No.
clicking on it; it's not even coming on. So, you want to try Jason first and see if I can get this going, Jen? Or
Sure. How you doing, Jason? There he is. Jason Rekker from
Good.
BTN, Brookdale Treeland Nurseries.
Yeah, hi everyone. So I'll give the same thing a try here and see if I have any better luck. Are you guys seeing that?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Well, hello again, everyone. My name is Jason Rekker, National Production Manager at BTN. You know, we're a seasonal industry. Our products are changing a lot. You know, something looks one way April 1st, and by April 15th, it looks completely different, and that can be completely confusing to your staff, especially if they're new to the business. And as an industry, we have high employee turnover. We got minimal training, lack of quality supervision, and staff spread out over large areas. That's a real recipe for inconsistent results. And I'm sure if you are like me, you have wished sometimes that you could go supervise everything and go do all the work yourself, because that is just the way we are as nursery growers in a sense. But we have to figure out how to get people to do things consistently over the long term. So one of the things that we have tried employing over the years is standard work in the form of SOPs, or standard operating procedures. It's just a fancy way of saying it's an agreed upon current best way to accomplish a task so that it's done the same way every time, regardless of who is doing it. So think of McDonald's. They're very, very good at this. I frequent McDonald's. I like their breakfast, and they're very, very consistent with the speed and the quality of what they are delivering. I never get a sandwich from one person that is different than the sandwich of another, I can't tell the difference. And that is because of their SOPs and their training. So here's some of the SOPs that we put into place for some of the basic tasks, such as top dressing and fertilizing, right? We would have issues with, people top dressing on stuff that was covered in liverwort. And we said, well, no, but you got to clean the liverwort off first. Well, you didn't tell me that. And so all of those things, tended to be issues. And so we developed some of these SOPs, step-by-step process for how to do it. We did one for fertilizing, did another one for manual pruning, did one for moving and laying down product, right? How do you pick up a crop? How do you make sure that it doesn't get mixed up while you're moving it? It gets laid down properly. Are they weeding it and cleaning it as they go? How to do a movement report, make sure you have submitted the change to the inventory and so on. Spacing, same way. How do you do it consistently every time? We even had one for rolling up ground cloth when the bed was out of use, because when potting go back there and it was all thrown in a pile somewhere, then people start arguing and complaining about what should have been done when it was put away in the beginning. So we established an SOP for that. So these SOPs, they can be used for anything complex or simple, for general nursery work, like I just showed here. But for planting on the potting line, maintenance and repairs. You can even do them for sales calls. Things like how your drivers conduct themselves at the customer. What do they say? What do they do? What paperwork should they have? And even things like manager and supervisor interactions with employees, just so there's consistency with, how are we handling basic issues, such as when an employee is late? Is there a standard way that we're going to deal with that? Or is one supervisor going to let it go all the time and the other is far too harsh on them? So SOPs have a use around a wide range of interactions in the company. One of the critiques we faced was that SOPs eliminate employee creativity and decision making. We're not robots, they would say, and that is true. But our response is that why would we let staff do work that is less safe, less efficient, more difficult, and more expensive with more errors if there is a better way of doing it? And if we know what that better way is, why would we let somebody do it differently? Let's challenge our employees with finding a better way. And in the meantime, let's do it all together in the best way that we know how. And then finally, let's keep updating the SOP with the best known practice that we have, because there always is a better way, and we always want to keep pushing people to make improvements. So what has worked for us? This might look like, okay, this is another thing I as a manager got to add to my to-do list. So, and that can be a bit daunting. So what has worked for us is that, let's not try to standardize the whole operation. Let's start with a few common tasks that potentially cause confusion or then involve a lot of different people, and then delegate it to the workers. Get a worker to lead a small team. Encourage them to collaborate with the team and develop a consensus. Then they can come back. To us with their recommendation. We can review and edit it, push it back to them, get them engaged, get them thinking critically about the process. And then once it's at a satisfactory level, then we implement it. And then finally, keeping those SOPs accessible and visible to workers. For us, that meant, printing them off on those sheets, laminating them, putting them in a binder, and keeping them in common areas where the staff were most likely to use them. The last thing you want to do is spend this time putting an SOP together and then it sits on a bookshelf somewhere in the office nobody dares go into. So those are some of the things that have really helped us eliminate some of the issues associated with with some of the inconsistencies on some of those common tasks. So that's all I got.
Nice. Thank you, Jason. I know that many of us are seeing standard operating procedures for a lot of tasks. And yeah, when we've got so much staff turnover and times like these, it's nice to have those to reference. Okay, I have Gerwin's presentation. And I'm going to share my screen, and then he's going to tell me when to advance. Accept. It's not. Here we go. All right. Doesn't always pop up first under the application window. Lovely.
Go ahead and start. Enlarge your slides. Thank you.
Is that working?
It
Great.
looks good. Looks good on my end. So again, our thing is it's maybe not a novelty. Chemical rooms are in existence probably at every operation of those in attendance here. We had a situation where we've been wishing for better facilities for a long time and had some ideas and some standards that we wanted to adhere to, but it took this long to get there, I guess. So we had an old barn that we tore down, and that barn also included our old chemical storage. And that old chemical storage was not well lit, not well ventilated. A room within a barn, if there ever was an issue, fire, we really technically by law we posted the signs outside the barn, but firefighters, would they ever know where to find this chemical room, et cetera, et cetera. So that was that. The old room disappeared. We wanted to be closer to our water source where we would fill the sprayer area. We found ourselves carrying chemical probably 150 feet to fill the sprayer. Again, better security, better lighting, and we did want a bit of a portable, I guess maybe modular is not a good term, portable option to be able to move this thing around if we ever expanded. If, you know what, I always think long term, and if we ever were to retire, maybe it's something that's beneficial to the next operation. So it's modular as well. Go ahead, Jen, next slide. Uh-oh, that picture was right side up. So if you turn your heads 90 degrees counterclockwise, you'll see what we have there. It's an 8x8 sea container. We ended up picking that up from Mooring Nurseries when they retired or discontinued. 8x8 sea container. We just want to see what we ended up buying a black plastic tank, 1,100 liters for water storage on top. Black again to reduce algae. We've got enough of the cheaper tanks, the white ones, that algae is a big problem when you store water. And then we ended up having to build actually a galvanized frame on top of the sea can to hold the weight of the 1,100 liters of water. So that was the three components there to our new facility. Go ahead, Jen. So we did replace one of the container doors. They're the heavy latches, of course, onerous to work with on a regular basis. So we replaced one side with a regular exterior door. We installed a keypad lock, so not a key lock, but a keypad to code that a few of us know to enter, and then we spray foam the inside of that sea can. Next. We finished the inside with PVC liner panels, similar to what you see in wash bays, I guess. It makes it easy to wipe down and wash. It's a nice, bright environment. We don't have to worry about painting. And so it consists of two rooms, and what you see there on the pictures is an entry room. It's almost half of the 8x8 container that you enter, and that's basically then to the left you see we have some accessories and supplies. Possibly we'll have a bit of a shelf there for that, so it's off the floor. And then as you would continue to the next slide, you'll see the second room, which is our actual chemical storage. Same thing, we did shelves with the PVC liner. And we put a bathroom fan, if you see the other picture, a bathroom fan that actually turns on with the switch. Normally it's on 24/7, but we in the wintertime, we did turn it off. And You see the halogen heat lamp that is now on full time, and with all the insulation and keeping it closed, fan off, and the light on, we're actually able to keep it well above freezing without any significant heating bills.
Nice.
Not sure. We don't really measure it, what it's costing us, but it's a very tight, very proper, I guess, way to do things, to keep things fresh, I guess. So next slide. So we do still have to install a float valve, and the water has to be hooked up to that tank. That's one of the things for spring. And so that tank will be filled. And then if you see the picture on the left, that is a swing arm that's part of that galvanized frame. The picture on the right shows it swung out. So there's a hose that comes from the tank over top of that swing arm. Some modifications there yet, but that swing arm will swing out to fill the sprayers. As you can see, I actually pulled that out this morning. Just to demo it, and that's kind of our concept of basically that'll have a valve in the bottom of that filler, that 2-inch hose that will allow a person to aim it right exactly where it needs to go and stay clear. And then again, gravity, there will be no touching the chemical with that hose at all. So next slide. A few missing items, I guess. The plumbing and proper signage. We do have to market chemical storage yet. When the weather's a little bit warmer. Storage is on the small side, but for us it is fine. It did force us to go through and minimize some of our older inventory. I guess it forces you to keep less on hand, which is probably a better thing. It may be better management. It's always a good thing. We should seal the floor. It's currently that hardwood that you typically see in shipping containers. So if we had a spill, it will absorb. It will probably stink pretty badly if that would happen. So we want to seal that floor somehow, and you're going to ask, what did that cost us? I don't know if that's good or bad. We probably spent about $3,000 to do it right, and by the time it's all said and done. But at the end of the day, we do have something that's, again, it's modular. It is something that really fulfills what we wanted to do. And I think that's it.
All right. And we're back to us. So, Jeff, I'm not sure if you were able to send me anything or a photo. Thank you, Gerwin. Thank you, everyone. I haven't seen anything coming else. Seen anything else coming in on my phone or email. So at the end of that, we are going to take a moment then, and will this slide be available to download, Melissa? Okay, so I think you're talking about Jeff Winkelmolen's idea, and we'll get you something. Or maybe he can post his presentation on the Winkelmolen YouTube site. and you guys can refer to that in the future.
I'm still trying to get it sent to you, Jen.
Is he? Okay. Has it sent? Is it sitting in cyberspace?
I'm not sure, so I wouldn't hold your breath for it.
Okay. All right. So we're going to give up. So let's do a poll, because the winner, the most popular, which is, it's always very hard to vote, idea gets a grand prize of $50 in cashola for the Jen Llewellyn Award for Bravery. So with that, I'm going to start the poll, and we're just shy of 100 people on this webinar, and you guys can vote for your favorite idea. I must apologize.
Does my audio work now?
Yes, I can hear you, Aaron.
Finally.
So that was Jackson in the video. That's cute.
Yeah, it was.
Silly question, but how do you vote?
So if you guys go to polls, or who just asked me that?
Jason. Rekker.
like
I want to vote for myself. No,
Yeah?
I
I
want to.
don't know if you can vote.
I just want to know who I can.
It might just be for attendees to vote. But I know I'd vote for myself if I could too, if I was speaking.
Jason, I try to vote too, but I can't vote for you either. So must be just the fact that we're speakers and we can't participate in this kind of event.
I have a feeling.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to vote for you there, but I can't.
And I can't see the progress on it either. So while we're waiting, oh, they're saying no poll. I don't see a poll. Oh no. Cancel, edit, publish. That's weird.
Well, we'll all have to split the $50, I guess.
Yeah. Don't see a poll. Okay, hang on a second. How about now? Aha, there was one more button I had to click. Sorry. My first time polling on this platform. Still got a bit of action on the poll. And Jeff, I'm not seeing that file come through, so we're gonna have to send it out later because there's a lot of people that are interested in seeing your container design spacing because it's hard for some of us to visualize.
Yeah, I'll make sure I get it to you.
All right, we're going to finish polling in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Woohoo!
There you go. Aaron, you won by 8%. All right, so Aaron Bakker of JC Bakker and Sons, Mobile Water, you are the winner of the Jen Llewellyn Bravery Award. Congratulations, but like all of you, you all have fantastic ideas. I think that there should be something that we have a platform for sharing these ideas over the years because there's so much to be gained. Thank you all for holding on and for putting such a great effort in today to make this webinar work. Everything will be recorded. You'll be given the replay links by Amy and by email. You're going to be giving some presentations and handouts and the Winkelmolen way of container spacing, some other good stuff there. And of course, the PDF for the new publication 840, the crop protection guide. I bid you all a wonderful afternoon. It was lovely to see you and hear from you. And I really look forward to seeing you in person sometime in the near future would be great. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.